Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, we're back from our road trip to Iowa and Kansas, and we're back on the East Coast. So I really enjoyed bringing you that on-the-road content. If you enjoyed that, please let me know in the comments. And if you have further suggestions on where we could take the on-the-road series next, put that on the comments, as well as maybe some on-the-road cars you'd like to see filmed. But since we're back in town, we're back here at Fred Bean's Mazda of Abington in Abington, Pennsylvania, to check out this base trim 2025 Mazda CX-5 jet black mica is the color, black cloth interior, plain Jane CX-5. So if you're in the market for this type of SUV, crossover SUV, would you go base trim CX-5 for about 30 grand and save yourself some dough and do without some of the amenities the other trims have? You can let me know as we go through the vehicle. So let's dig in. Front end of this CX-5 in the jet black mica paint. As we move in closer, I do like the LED lighting up front on the headlights and the daytime running lamps and the turn signals on a base trim CX-5. I think that brings some good value. So we come across the front, we're going to have flat black on the upper part of the front grille and on the lower with the Mazda badge right in the middle. Now as we come around to our wheel and tire package, on this CX-5, we have a 17-inch aluminum alloy wheel, Mazda badge on the center cap. These wheels are wrapped in Yokohama Geolandar all-season tires, 225 on the width, a 65 series sidewall 17s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. Moving on out, there is that jet black mica paint, flat black around the wheel wells and door sills with some aluminum trim around the bottom of the windows. Now as we come in closer, we're going to have color match side view mirror caps, LED turn signals, color match front and rear door handle, left side fuel filler cap. Up top, color matched roof, shark fin antenna, no sunroof, no roof rails, a really clean look up top. And then around the back, we have a small roof spoiler coming off the top, wiper down below on the glass, and then a full spread of LED lighting on the rear of the CX-5 as well. CX-5 all-wheel drive on the left side of the tailgate, Sky Active G on the right, and then flat black on the rear bumper with chrome dual exhaust finishers. Under the hood of this CX-5 base, we have Mazda's 2.5-liter inline four-cylinder engine mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, 187 horsepower, 186 pound-feet of torque, MPGs, 23 in the city, 29 on the highway, 25 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. Base price 25 CX-5 is $28,770. No options on this vehicle whatsoever. But once we add in a destination and delivery charge of $1,420 from Mazda's Hiroshima, Japan assembly plant, we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $30,190. And for those who are interested, there is no import fee attached to this vehicle. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move in closer. Hard black plastic across the top all the way down. And we have some soft touch on the armrest, flat black into your chrome door handle, gloss black in and around the flat black switchgear, good sized door pocket. And then as we move into the foot box, nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator with the floor mats in the rear of the vehicle at this time. Then we're going to go manual seats for the driver and the front passenger, base black cloth seats, bolstering soft, headrests firm. Front passenger door panel, same action as the driver, up onto the dash. We have some soft touch, then some hard black plastic, some graphite trim into your heat and air vent, and then down below, we do have, if I can find the lever, there it is, good size glove box. And then we have Mazda's 10.25-inch infotainment system, wired CarPlay, Android Auto, and we don't have touch screen capability, so we're going to use the dial. Up top, you got your information right there, fuel efficiency monitor, vehicle status monitor. We can go back. We have our entertainment next. We can go to our source list, which is where we are now. FM, AM, Pandora, Bluetooth, no Sirius XM on this base system. As we move out, we have communication. That's where you can Bluetooth your phone. Move out here, navigation. We don't have built-in nav, just the compass reading. So all the maps and nav will come through your phone. And then you have your general vehicle settings down below, where you can go ahead and look at your in-vehicle displays and how you want to have your display set up, how you want night mode to be set up and all that other stuff, screen lock, all that jazz in there. And then you have your sound settings for your speakers, safety settings, vehicle settings, connectivity settings. Right here, you got your Wi-Fi settings and your Bluetooth settings. And then as we come back up to our vehicle settings, this is where you can go ahead and adjust the doors, lighting, interior lighting, windshield wipers, rear seat alert, how you want all that configured. And then one last thing down on the system settings, that's where you're going to set the language, the clock, temperature, miles per hour, kilometers per hour. All that will be in your general settings. Then you can go back to the beginning. We can go back to home, and there we go. We can go to reverse. We have a good sized backup camera, nice and clear, but I would like to see some trajectory on here. And then as we come back out, we're back to the beginning. Fairly simple, easy to use though. Down below, 2 heat and air vents, 4-way hazards, push button start. Down further, there is your heat and air. And then underneath here, you do have an area to store your phone with a 12 volt. And this is rubberized, so things won't slide around. Here's the gear shift with the gator to go through this 6-speed automatic. We do have some gloss black in here, so be very careful of fingerprints and scratches. A couple of drive modes, we'll check that out when we go through the dash. We do have an electric brake, auto vehicle hold. This is the dial I was using to go through the infotainment system and your volume. 2 cup holders, the Mazda key fob, good looking key fob, feels good in your hand on the side. Lock, unlock, panic button. And then the armrest is soft touch, but it is soft. Open it up. We have a removable tray, a 12 volt, 2 USB-Cs, and an SD card, which is used for Mazda navigation purposes only. And then you can take that out and you have a larger area underneath. Mazda steering wheel, we have a leather wrap wheel with 10 and 2 notches, black stitching, feels good in your hand. I like that on a base trim, not that neoprene soft touch. Mazda badge on the horn button, round bottom wheel, but I have plenty of room at 5'11" to get in and out of the CX-5. Nice open and airy passenger cabin. Flat black on the switch gear, telephone voice commands. Then you have your controls for the digital portion of your dash, volume. On the right, you have your adaptive cruise control. We don't have any paddles. On the left stalk here, you're going to have your headlights, turn signals, high beams. On the right side, front and rear wiper. Over here on the left, right here, multi-terrain select, lane keep assist on or off. Down below here on the left, that's the lever that you're going to pull to pop your fuel filler door. And then on the right is the hood. And then we have our heated side view mirrors right here that you can keep on or off. And then we do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then let's move in to our analog digital combo. On the gauges, analog gauges on the left and in the center, and then the digital on the right. Our drive modes, let's check it out. You have sport, and that shows up right above your gear selector, sport or normal. That's all she wrote for your drive modes. And then you do have additional information you can go through that you may want to see when you're going down the road. So even though it's not crazy on tech, it is simple and easy to use, and all the readouts are clear, which I do like. Overhead console, pretty simple. There's a spot for your sunglasses right there. You want your dome lighting to come on off, you open and close the door. This button right here remains in the center on door. So when you open the door, lighting comes on, close the door, lighting will dim out. No roof to show you. We have a framed rear view mirror with manual dimming function. Sun visor with vanity, but no light. Does it slide? No, but you have an extension. Getting into the back seat of this CX-5, but first the rear door panel, same action as the front, right? With hard plastic all the way down, and we do have a soft armrest. Now I have the seat set for my driving position, so let's hop on in. Right leg in, might have heard me bang my knee. duck, twist, and bring in the left. But I do have enough room. Even with a sloping roof at 5'11", I didn't have to duck to get in. I just banged my knee a little bit. That was my mistake, not the car's fault. Now, once I'm in, plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees. I have the cloth all the way down with a seat pocket behind the driver and the front passenger, but I don't have heat and air vents in the rear center console, and I don't have connectivity in the back either. But in all fairness to the vehicle, I can feel that air conditioning hitting me from the front vents here in the back. Now, rear seats, same cloth with a mild insert design. Pretty soft for base seats, but I don't have a rear armrest, and I'd like to see a rear armrest back here with a couple of cup holders. But overall, it is pretty comfortable in the back for a base trim SUV. Getting into the cargo area of this base CX-5, well, it's a manual liftgate. So you come to the back, and right below the Mazda badge, there's a button, you push it and lift up. Nice and light with the back seats up, 29.1 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of CX-5. Carpeted floor mats right here. Underneath here, tools jack and a spare. So thank you, Mazda, for the spare. We do have cubbies on either side for some storage. And we can release the back seats from back here by pulling the lever, and down they go. They're going to be a little stiff. They get kind of held up by those seat belts a bit. So you may have to, till they get broken in, just come down here, give them a good push down, and then we're good to go. So now with the rear seats down and this boxy shape, 58.1 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this CX-5 base. And if you're wondering, Mike, the space looks bigger than 58.1. Well, Mazda, when they measure cargo room and passenger room, they don't measure to the roof of the vehicle. They only measure to the eye line, your eye line when we're looking straight through. So as you can see, they're not measuring or not taking credit for that extra room for storage above the eye line. Why? Because they want you to be able to see out the back of the vehicle when you have stuff in it, and so you don't block the sight out back. That's the reason, and that's why the cargo space seems to be measured a bit smaller than other brands. CX-5 window sticker, here we go, 25 CX-5 base S trim, standard equipment, left and right. No options. Total vehicle MSRP $31.90. Fuel economy estimates. Government safety ratings. Final assembly Hiroshima. Engine transmission Japan as well. Take this baby out for a spin. All right, so we're out on the road in this 25 base CX-5. And right off the bat, great visibility out of all the glass, nice large rear view mirror, huge side view mirrors, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision, all that jazz in here, standard. I don't have to pay extra for that, which I'm always a big fan of. I don't like having to pay for safety and option packages, and with CX-5 you don't. But you don't have much technology in here, right? You got the base system, wired CarPlay, Android Auto, maps and nav through your phone, standard heat and air, no heated seats, no heated steering wheel, no wireless charging pad. You do have a couple of USB-Cs up front and a couple of 12 volts, so they do have some action there for you. But basically, if you want to get into a CX-5 with the least amount of outlay of money, this is the way to go. 30 grand after destination and delivery is going to be about as cheap as you can get, because this one has no options on it. And what do you get though for that? You get a good amount of room here in this SUV as far as cargo space, space for people. It holds 5. The base seats aren't bad. They're pretty comfortable, so I can't complain about that. You get LED lighting up front and out back for safety, which I like in a base trim as well. You get a very reliable power plant with the 2.5 inline 4 and a 6-speed automatic. It handles really well. The chassis is well tuned. The suspension is well damped. It's just a good driving SUV. And if you need to have more, right, you got the S Preferred. And I'll put that review, the CX-5 S Preferred review, at the end of this one, so you can see what you get for about 33 grand. If you want some more amenities in here. But if you strictly are a minimalist type person and you want to get into a vehicle, an SUV, for the least amount of money, then this base CX-5 isn't going to bring you the most tech, but it's certainly going to bring you a good solid drive line, good driving dynamics, a comfortable ride, pretty comfortable base seats, and you get your safety technology in here, which to me is important. And now we're going to come down here, check out the turning radius. Now this is a fairly skinny road, but we have an 18-foot turning radius on the CX-5, so not bad in this class. So we'll let this guy come by us, and then we'll turn around. Here we go. And you get around all right. And down the road we go. And it picks up beautifully. You do have a manual. If you move your gear shift to the left, now you're in manual. We'll go to sport, and we'll shift the gears with the gear shift like we got a 6-speed. Does pretty well. Let's try our downshift. Yeah. Nobody's behind me. Let's try it again. You know what? 6-speed shifts nicely with that. And with this gear shift as a 6-speed, you push it towards the front of the vehicle to downshift, pull it back towards you to upshift. But we'll go back to regular drive now. We'll go back to normal. So you can have some fun with this car in manual and sport. It is going to respond. It is going to be sporty, which I love to see in a base trim, but it wouldn't be a Mazda if you didn't have that zoom quality to a vehicle, even the base trim. So you let me know if you're in the market for this kind of SUV. Is this CX-5 the way you would go? And if you're going to go CX-5, would you come down to the base trim to save yourself that $? You let me know. Put it in the comments, or do you go to a different brand altogether? Let me know that as well. But I do want to thank Fred Beans Mazda of Abington, here in Abington, Pennsylvania, for allowing the channel access to this brand new 2025 Mazda CX-5S, which is the base trim in jet black mica for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.